What is up, guys? This is Linthio coming at you with a discussion today, a bit of a different one that a couple of people have asked me ever since kind of last YCS London last year when I judged, and it's simply, why do I judge? A bit of background on this. I kind of always wanted to be involved in the game in a different level as just a part of the player, and there are loads of areas that I'd love to go into, but that's not the point of this video. A few years ago, I decided that, hey, I'm just gonna try and do the judge test, and I passed it. And I was like, hey, cool, that's pretty good. Let's see what I can basically do with it. See, kind of like build up some experience from a locals level, because that's where we all have to start, and things like that. So my locals back in Bristol, when I used to live there, I did a couple of events when the main judges weren't around, and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed doing it, because it meant that I could really, in my eyes, help the community keep on the right track with their game states, make sure everything was running smoothly, and it just gave me a good self-satisfaction. So fast forward into a couple of years ahead, I applied for a YCS London, and I got it, and it was great. It was my first big premier event. I had done a couple of regionals beforehand, but it was kind of a really weird scenario because I was so used to being on the other side of the spectrum, other side of the audience, and to suddenly be involved in something so officially like that was just a really shock to the system, but it was a really nice feeling. The whole reason why I judge is simply because I enjoy doing it. I enjoy making sure that people are happy. I can apply my knowledge of 10 plus years of this game to people who are playing in the games. I always keep up to date with rules as much as possible, and while, okay, of course, everyone makes mistakes, and I am only human, I do make mistakes every so often, I make sure to, if I don't understand a ruling or if I don't know off the top of my head, I will make sure to go ask before I actually pretend to give a ruling. And I think that's one thing that, you know, some judges might have a problem with, because I think there's an understanding of, if you don't understand a ruling or you're not entirely sure, some people might be afraid to ask. And that's one thing I'm always not really conscious of. I'm not too humble to ask for help. At the end of the day, I want to make sure that the game is running smoothly, everyone's happy with how everything's going. And if it means that, sure, I have to look like an ass just to make sure I get a ruling right, I'll happily do that for the players. Judging is such a fun experience, but it is an also knackering experience. What you have to understand is judges are there way before you are at an event. We are normally there about, say, if it's a big event like a YCS or a Euros, we are there, for example, at like 7 o'clock in the morning, 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, where we open up for about 9 or 10, and we are there till the end of the day. You guys all cleared out, and then we have to tidy up, and then we go back to the hotel. It is a long and tiring day. And I think a lot of people do forget that. While they might say, oh, this judge did X, Y, and Z, and this judge... We've been there for so long that we are absolutely knackered, but we wouldn't do it if we didn't enjoy what we were doing. And YCS London was a humbling experience, because I was like, I wonder if this is something that I can foresee myself doing. And I was on the giant card on the Friday, and that was knackering. I will just say, those massive decks are pretty difficult to shuffle and pretty heavy when you've been doing it for about 9 hours. But then on the Saturday and Sunday, I was on public events and running a couple of different tournaments, like Winamats and regional qualifiers and all this, and I was running like 4 or 5 at one point, just on my own, and I just loved it. It was just so much fun, and it meant that I could really interact with people. I made sure everyone was all okay, made sure everyone was like having a good time, and that, because that's the whole point. Like, I understand there's a competitive side to it. If your judge is a little bit happy and upbeat, and, you know, and just making sure everyone's having a good time and everything's okay, and you can always ask me, doesn't that put you in a better mood? It puts me in a better mood when I come against a judge who's like that, because it's just really nice to have someone who's got your back and you can ask for help easily. And that's the thing I want to get across. I want to be a friendly, easy to talk to face, because if someone's unsure about a ruling and then they don't ask the judge because they're a bit nervous, then what's the point in a judge being there? Basically, it comes down to the self-satisfaction that I have. And a lot of people will say, hey, but you get loads of judge comp for doing it, you get packs and products and all this. Yes, but that isn't the point of me doing it. Obviously, that is basically payment at the end of the day for us, and we kind of need that, otherwise we're basically just giving up our free time. We're going to these events, paying our own money, doing all of this, taking our own time, and if it was just free, then obviously it wouldn't really be that great. I'd still do a couple, but I wouldn't do as many as possible. A lot of people say, hey, I'm going to do judging because at these big events, like, because you get so much stuff, and you might have seen a picture that I had last year of the packs and such that I got. from doing it. But if you're in it for the comp, then you're not really going to survive. You're going to hate your time, and it's not actually going to be worth it at the end of the day for you when you actually get your comp. Overall, judging is like one of the best things that I've done in this game, and it's just so much fun, and I really do enjoy it, and I just hope that I can do more judging events in the future, so I can also meet a lot of you guys. That is the one slight downside to the judging, is the fact that I can't really interact with all my subscribers and fans as much as I want to, but at the end of the day you have to understand that I am in a professional role, that I am trying to properly look after everyone, and there's only so much I can do. If, for example, I'm signing a card and I'm looking after a tournament and someone got their hand up saying I need a judge and I am their judge, you can understand. If you flip the situation and you're waiting for me while I'm signing something or taking pictures, you can understand why I don't like to do it. But that is it, guys. I want to know if you have ever considered of being a judge. If you do want to be a judge, I'll leave the link to the tests and all the information about how to become a judge down in the description below. It's a lot of fun, but be prepared if you do get picked for them for some long days. But everyone is so much fun to be with. The judge team is absolutely awesome. We all go back to the hotel after, you know, the big events and sit down, have a drink, have a meal, just chill out, and it's just so much fun. So it's kind of worth it as well, just to see all the people. Let me know down in the comment section below if you've ever thought of being a judge, or if you have been a judge and what events you've done. Make sure to leave me a like, comment, subscribe, and I should catch you guys later.